EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for November 20th, 2023. It is the Monday of Thanksgiving week, and Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania sponsors the Monday video forecast. We are now in the third full week of November, and of course, Thanksgiving is this week, and it means it's about that time to start thinking about your holiday preparations if you haven't done so already. Well, if you're waiting for Thanksgiving and haven't prepared for that, you're a little bit behind the power curve here, but at Kinsley's ShopRite, they have the expertise to make your holiday dinners extra special. Platters, pies, smoked ham, turkeys, and much more. Their catering department can deliver on a feast that your family and friends will rave about. Savor the season and make it extra special with the help of Kinsley's catering department this holiday season. They are Kinsley's ShopRite, located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the Monday video forecast. So this week, we're going to have a couple systems to deal with. First one is going to be a beneficial soaking rainfall that we're expecting mostly to occur on Tuesday night, but we'll have some part of that move in here on Tuesday. There could be a wintry aspect to this for some areas. Already discussing this stuff. This isn't not necessarily too early for this, but in the climatologically favored areas, the higher elevations, northern areas, are where you could see this occur. So here is today. We're looking at mostly sunny skies today, and then when we get to the evening, the clouds are going to increase from southwest northeast ahead of the system, well ahead of the system, because we have a warm front associated with it that's going to move through first on Tuesday. Here's Tuesday morning. Nothing really coming in yet, and then once we get in the afternoon, then we start getting these showers overspreading the area that will evolve into steady periods of rain and then some heavier rain for the vast majority of the region. Again, in our northern areas, there will be the opportunity for a wintry mix or some snow to start before this changes over to rain everywhere. Everywhere will change over to rain. We're not looking at a snowstorm here or a surprise event here. But I'm going to give you the broad overview first of the European model, just to give you an idea of what's going on. We do have some steadier and, in fact, heavier rain coming through during the overnight hours, and maybe ending very early Wednesday morning. You could have a leftover shower, and then partial clearing will occur after that moves away. So here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Not raining or precipitating just yet, right? But as we get through the course of the morning, late morning, and this is now noon, you can see I got a wintry mess over central Pennsylvania, especially the mountainous regions, where you have these pink colors are sleet, and the blue is, of course, snow. So there could be some snow mixed in there as well. And then freezing rain is back here in the purplish colors. Of course, green is rain. So we move this forward. You see where this is targeting. This area is obviously north of 78, more so the I-80 corridor, and points north with, yes, snow and sleet to start off, and then it will change over to rain during the course of the afternoon and evening from southwest northeast. And then you get some heavier rain coming through in the overnight hours for parts of the region that will go into, again, very early Wednesday morning. This is actually 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's already showing it ending. So this might not be affecting Wednesday deal at all if the NAM is correct, but there are some models that are continuing it into at least early Wednesday morning, whereas, by the time you get to 6 a.m. on the NAM, it's already done. It's off the coast, and that's it. There's no more rain or snow or any of that left. So here is a look at the snowfall. Now, this is, okay, forget the totals that are on this. The totals are not correct. But I want to give you the idea that this is targeting areas of elevation. These are all elevation areas that it's targeting here. This whole area, these spots in here, these are areas of elevation that it's targeting for some accumulations. In those areas that it has, it could be a coating to an inch, slushy coating to an inch on non-paved surfaces before changing over to rain. And, of course, some sleet pellets mixed in there as well. That counts as snow. It's in terms of, they both accumulate. So they're both in the same category and count as snow, even though it's sleet. It's a different form of precipitation, obviously. But just use this map here to target where these accumulations could occur. That coating to an inch, not these 3-inch amounts that are shown here. That's not correct, most likely. So I think you're just looking at a coating to an inch, non-paved, going over to sleet, and then quickly over to rain, and it'll wash anything that does accumulate and wash that away pretty quickly. So I think for most areas, as a general, this is never going to be exact when I give you elevations, but as targeting areas generally over 1,500 feet. in elevation, which makes the most sense. That's where you'll have your coldest temperatures. In the valleys up here, at the time this precipitation moves in, the temperatures are going to be like 38 to 40 degrees. So even if it is snowing to start, it's not sticking, right? It's when you get up in elevation where it's a little colder yet, and that's where you could get some minor accumulations. Again, so this is just going to be the onset when this moves in. As you can see here, a couple hours of or an hour or two of some snow and maybe some sleet, and then quickly going over to rain, and then some heavier rain at that as we get into the evening and overnight period on Tuesday night. Most of this is going to happen when you're sleeping as far as the heavier rates of precipitation. So let's get over to the other aspect of things. When it comes to Tuesday afternoon and evening, we're going to have some wind gusts are going to pick up as well. It's going to get breezy through the morning, a little breezy, and then in the afternoon it starts to pick up. We get some gusts in the interior that are going to be in the generally 25 to 30 miles per hour. Maybe some of the higher elevations get as high as 35. This is mainly after Tuesday afternoon through early to mid evening. Okay, there's a time frame on this, but you get down here by the shore points, southeast of I-95, especially by the shore points, you get some wind gusts that are 35 to 40, maybe some isolated 45s down here. So this is where your windy conditions are going to be, not so much in the interior where it's just a little breezy, and I don't think it's going to be too troublesome with the outages. The only, when we look at power outages, we're looking at heavy rain and saturated ground, and we will have that ongoing. So that is a concern a little bit elevated here in the interior for that, but I don't think it's going to be a widespread event as far as power outages are concerned. The wind speeds aren't really high enough to do that. But when you get down here, they'll be a little bit more common, a little more frequent. Okay, and that's your wind gust here on Tuesday. Again, the windows of worst wind is most likely a 12 to 9 p.m. window of opportunity, except when you get down here by the coast. That could last a little bit longer. It's going to come in around the same time, but it's going to last a little bit longer near the coastal regions, and that will go into the wee hours in the morning, so you have a longer time to deal with it down there. And in terms of total rainfall, I think the general area as a whole is looking at between an inch and a half of rain, okay? We're going to narrow this down by specific communities, send the text alerts to the My Pocket Meteorologist customers. If you are a winter customer, you will still get a rain alert just because it's not snow. It is still noteworthy, alert-worthy stuff, so you're going to be getting that information and applicable areas that could see some snow or a wintry mix before going to rain. Those counties that, or higher elevations of those counties anyway, will get an alert stating that as much there as well. I don't see any expansion of the snow or lowering the snow of the elevations as areas that could see the snow or whatever. I think it's pretty much cut and dry with what we're dealing with here. Once we get past this system here, we go back to on Wednesday again. We're leaving the early shower in the forecast here for Wednesday for now, but I think it's going to be done before dawn in most cases. Okay, that's at least where we're trending. So in that case, it's just going to be a partly cloudy day here on Wednesday. A little breezy in the wake of this system. Not too terrible here on Wednesday, but a little bit breezy. 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting 20 to 25. And then once we get to Thursday, the winds calm down considerably. We're back to mostly sunny skies here on Thanksgiving itself. No issues whatsoever on the holiday. The holiday is not quite as cold as it looked a couple days ago. It looks like the really cold, it was pushed back a couple days here, so it doesn't, instead of being Thursday and Friday, being brutally cold, and that looks like it's weekend and beyond, okay? So it's not going to be brutally cold just yet. You see the height lines are here going on Thursday into Friday. They're still all the way up here as far as the higher heights. So it means you still got a little bit of ridging in there. It is going to be seasonable, though. It's not going to be warm on either of those days, but it's also not going to be brutally cold. Next system coming in here on Friday night, Black Friday night, which is going to be overnight again. We have some showers coming in with this next system, and that's going to go into at least part of Saturday. Figure the first half of Saturday will be wet with this particular system. Then behind this, finally, the cold air rushes in. Okay, behind this system, this one here, is when the cold air rushes in, and then for the rest of the remainder of the weekend after that system passes, we are dry and turning colder this weekend. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for November 20th, 2023. Have a great Monday.